Meet somebody now who's basically done the reverse of what you've done.
It is. It's a young man from Tottenham who's completely turned his life around, and his very proud former teacher, Marine Babe, who's been to catch up with him.
One of Britain's biggest boarding schools, Millfield in Somerset, has a new head boy. 17-year-old Yuriel Kpalobi from Tottenham has beaten princes and the privileged to the honour.
This term is full of opportunities. Some you should take, some you should avoid.
But 3 years ago, he was on the verge of being expelled.
We were fighting, we were vandalising things, shoplifting, playing with dangerous weapons. We were just doing very antisocial things.
Yuriel was at his local state school in North London when at 14 years old, his behaviour became his mum Eddie's worst nightmare.
The teachers will call her up and be like, this has happened again, your son is in trouble again.
I was worried. Yuriel is about to throw away his life just because he wants to, impress his friends.
After a series of incidents, Yuriel was suspended for 2 weeks. In contrast, his sister was being made head girl at the same Ofsted outstanding school.
I knew that he was capable of doing well, so him getting in trouble was disturbing for me.
When I saw that, I was like, wait, we've come from the same family, we have the same blood, so why are we so different? She really made me believe that I could do it too. I could bring the happiness that she brought to my mum.
Yuriel knuckled down to his schoolwork and achieved 10 GCSEs. When he heard schools like Millfield offer less well-off students a fully funded bursary, he jumped at the chance.
When you differentiate 3, Tanyi.
I taught Yuriel GCSE English at his old school.
Oh my God, Yuriel, I'm taller than the last time I saw you.
Today, I'm meeting him to find out how life is after switching from a state education to a private one.
What was appealing about joining a private school?
Just living in a boarding school environment, bonding with people. I mean, there's a lot of people from Hong Kong, people from Africa, people from America.
My goodness, so even though our school was diverse, but this is...
Exactly, even more diverse,
Wow.
even more diverse. So you learn how to bond with people and accept them for who they are.
It costs almost £37,000 a year to board at Millfield, but that does include a golf course, equestrian centre and Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's a far cry from Yuriel's home life.
I was speaking to one of my friends and he was like, I just spent 1.2k this weekend, and one of his other friends that he went shopping with spent 4k. I was like, okay.
On what?
Just clothes, because this is a really wealthy school. I thought that I would face snobby people, but I think the kids are very down to earth.
In the common room, Yuriel introduces me to some of his new mates.
Before you met him, what was your perception of a boy from Tottenham?
I've never really spent much time in cities or anything. Sort of the image you get, you only really hear about violence and crime. And so that's why I associate with him. But now meeting Yuri, obviously I do.
Do you think you'd be able to go to a state school?
I think it would be a good change for a lot of people that I know to get used to real life, because often private schools can tend to be big bubbles.
Yuriel is among just 1% of students with the opportunity to get a private education for free. Back in Tottenham, Yuriel's friends are doing their A-levels at the local college, but don't feel a lack of private education will hold them back.
Maybe being at a boarding school or private school would be better just because of like networking and stuff like that, but it's how bad you want it and how much effort you're willing to put in to get there.
It might be easier for one person to get to the same destination, but you'll both eventually arrive there if you keep working hard and want to reach there badly enough.
Today, Yuriel is giving his first speech as head boy in front of the school and his mum.
There's a universal law that states, if you give, you will receive. We make a living by what we get, but make a life by what we give.
To be made head boy in Millfield is a very great achievement. So I'm so happy the way he turned his life around, and I hope it continues.
Oh, well done, well done. Well, it made me so proud.
Thank you.
And just like his older sister was to him, Yuriel's an inspiration to younger brother Raphael.
I wake up every morning, study, I always think about him, call him regularly. I want the same thing to happen to me, or even better, like Ethan.
There you are, Raphael. Well, Yuriel and Marine are here now. Congratulations.
Thanks
What
so
an
much.
achievement. Absolutely fantastic. How's it all going then?
Oh, it's been a wonderful experience. As I've said this to a lot of people. The last year was the best year of my life.
So far.
Serious, so far, exactly.
And do you get your own room then at boarding school?
Oh yes, that's
Yes.
I've got my own room, and that's thanks to my house parent. He's given me my own room since I started it, actually. So I'm
is that right?
grateful. Yeah.
Good.
I love your flower. Is that in aid of Monty Don as well? Your little flower on there.
He has no idea who Monty Don is, quite right.
Yeah, you look very daft.
Right.
Now, Marina, you taught Yuriel in year 10, didn't you? So it was after he transformed his behaviour. Good. But were you surprised to hear how badly behaved or naughty he was?
Oh God, I was very surprised. So I met him when we started Key Stage 4 and Yuriel had transformed his behaviour, and one day I found out that he used to be quite naughty, and I remember I asked him, I said, Yuriel, I heard a little rumour. You used to be quite naughty. And he just smiled and he said, nearly excluded, miss. So I was really surprised, but he was a dream to teach, and the fact that the most amazing part of Yuriel's story is that he decided to make that change for himself.
Yeah.
And we can all, really be motivated by that. I know I am.
And Yuriel, what's the plan from here then? What do you hope to go on to do? And of all the subjects that you study, which ones are you really passionate about?
Well, for university, I'm looking to study at LSE or UCL and to study actuarial science. So LSE, if you're looking, put my application at the top of the pile.
Shout out.
You're all about the opportunity. We like
Those
it.
networks and the moving and shaking.
Absolutely. And do you feel that you're now in a better position? I mean, you must go back, talk to your friends. Do you feel, I've given myself the best chance I can?
Definitely, because there's a lot of things I've experienced in just a year that I may not have experienced in Tottenham for the rest. If I stay there for the rest of my life, so I have.
And Maureen, obviously, Yuriel's passionate about going on to university, but there are statistics out there that show, as far as the top universities are concerned, that in comparison to privately educated students, state school students are facing real challenges, aren't they, getting into those top places?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at the top universities of our country, Oxford University, for example, they've got the lowest proportion of state-educated students at 55.7%. Cambridge University, I think, is slightly better at 62%. So there is a massive issue in the country right now with social mobility, but things are improving. So Oxford University says that they are working very hard to improve access for underrepresented groups, and universities have committed next year on giving £860 million to improve access for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. So state-educated students should definitely apply because they are wanted, and there isn't a lack of...
That's part of the problem, isn't it? That state-educated students are fearful of applying because they think they'll be rejected, or people teaching them think they won't stand a chance.
Yeah, completely. But there isn't a lack of talent or ability in deprived boroughs or in state schools. There's just a lack of opportunities, and it's really great that we're trying to make an active change
now. It's about the schools instilling the confidence in the pupils to go for it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you both.
Cheers,
Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Sit tight, we're going to move on to questions now. It's not anything from your skill, but Monty, they're all about gardening. So here we go. Melissa is asking, is it okay to prune fuchsias and fruit trees at this time of year?
This is the key time of year to prune fruit trees, winter pruning. So yes, apples, pears, but whatever you cut back will grow back hard and will not fruit next year or even two. So just bear that in mind. Fuchsias, I'd wait for a month or two yet.
Okay, good. Abigail asks, my boyfriend and I have just built an outdoor vegetable patch, which we are trying to get established. Can we plant anything yet, or is it a bit too early?
They don't say where they are. If the ground is not too wet and too cold, they could put in some onion or shallot sets. And that one, do that. A little bit early to sow any seeds, though. Sow them indoors on a windowsill.
But enthusiasm is good, Monty.
Absolutely, and we should be
Exactly.
growing tomatoes and chilies.
Just very quickly, this is Jane. Storm damage in Cheshire. Eucalyptus trees blown over. Her 7-year-old son wants to replace it with a monkey puzzle tree. One word answer. Do you like them or not? Yes or no?
No, discourage him. No.
Oh, there you go.
We don't
Sorry.
need more monkey puzzles.
Well, Monty, good luck with Paradise, guys.
Thank you very much.
It starts tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on BBC 2.
Yeah, Michael Ball and I will be back with Brian Cranston, star Breaking Bad tomorrow. See you then. Bye.
Thanks again, Yuriel. Cheers, Marie.
Thank you.
That's perfect.